How do I keep the branch alive when it's dead from stump above?
Checkity, checkity, checking 3. I hope that's good.
Hi.
That's Chris, and this is what he is. Hi, I'm Chris is an indie pop artist, songwriter, producer, and honestly just a jack of all trades, straight out of the Big Apple of New York City. Through the help of our mutual friend ZachJaDa, we started talking and became pals. And during the Super Bowl weekend, he just so happened to be in my Big Apple of Austin, Texas. So after a little bit of not planning anything at all, we decided to meet up and film this impromptu interview at the Moxy hotel where he was staying. Well, let's start this interview off with our first topic of
I didn't play ELECTRONICON, I hosted it.
Yeah.
It was right. Pineapple Soda had just taken off the week before ELECTRONICON. Frank came out to see me and we hung out because I was letting him stay with me. He had done it once before when we made Over and Over. And like early stuff of mine. Yeah, one thing led to another, and I wind up hosting ELECTRONICON because I managed Frank. Like I took care of the business proceedings on settlement and stuff. And Frank was like, yeah, George Clinton can't do this interview. Can you do it? And I was like, okay, for sure, why not? Because that's just kind of how I am. And they mic me up. They're like, yeah, you're a musician, right? I was like, yeah. And they're like, okay, great. You're live in front of 17,000 people. I was like, hi, I'm Chris. I don't make vaporwave. I don't really listen to too much vaporwave, but we are going to learn a lot about it today together. And people just were like, oh, he's super cool. Like, because I was asking genuine questions to these artists after hearing their sets. I had never met them before. And I'm sure I got a couple things wrong or stupid and whatever, but it was just a great time. And it just gave me the confidence being around these musicians that took me seriously for once. To be like, I'm gonna do this, and I did it.
I've been running so long.
I wanted to talk a bit about Mudgie.
Oh, that's cool. So I came up with Mudgie. It started forming in the summer of 2019, which was when Pineapple just Discover Weekly, just out of nowhere, which is cool. A lot of you guys that dig my stuff found me through that, so thank you for listening and grooving with me for this long. But I just went through a lot of change. I had just broken up with a girl I'd been with for 3.5 years. Like the music just fucking exploded. I was feeling happy, confident in myself for the first time. I became friends with Frank Javc, who's one of my best friends in the world now. He's like a mentor to me. He was like one of my musical heroes, and he liked my stuff and believed in me enough where we became friends. Yeah, I was going through a lot, and I was like, I'm just gonna try and make an album. It wasn't me going like, I have a vision, I have this. I was like, I wanna do it because I'm gonna have to at some point. So I did, and I started pumping out like Caffeine that night after ELECTRONICON, and then like Ankle Socks, Frank gave me the beat for it. That's really what inspired the whole thing.
Did you record in a studio for Mudgie at all?
Yeah, I actually did use a studio. My buddy Ara, who still mixes a lot of my stuff, he's one of my very good friends from NYU, where I went to school. We had access to the recording studios because he had a senior project, and his senior project was mixing and mastering that album. And it's rough around the edges because I had, and I still do, have very little to no equipment. Like, I don't really use too much. I use the same equipment on Mudgie that I did on Ceebo Let Go. I just learned how to use it better, which is just a microphone my dad got me for Christmas, a Blue Yeti, and
Wait,
my laptop.
You record all your stuff on a Blue Yeti?
Blue Yeti.
So do I.
Yeah, those things are dope. They're really good. And I always remind people too, like, I'm not trying to say it to be like arrogant or whatever, but it's like, you don't need good equipment to make the music you want to make. I did all of this with a sock on a microphone. It's like, seriously, like a sock. Like, now I have a pop filter. Now I know how to treat a room. Now I know in GarageBand, where I still record all my vocals, I put the compression to full and I put the reverb to 25%. That's how you get Ceebo Let Go vocals. Ta-da!
Revealing all the secrets today.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I want other people to be able to make cool stuff. Yeah, so Mudgie was rough around the edges, and it was recorded on like the best microphones and the best studio because I didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, because you can have everything, but
you can have the whole world. But if you don't know how to run the world, then what's the point? You're just another dude. It's crazy that we're talking about it like that. Feels like I made that yesterday, but it's really been 2 years, 3 years now, huh? Damn.
Hot rod, pay dirt, stunting my cash, and I ain't playing.
well, Zach wanted me to say,
What did he want you to say?
when's Mudgie Mart coming back?
Prison children, but my rat in the slacks like a catcher in the sea. You trying it on for me?
But yeah, Mudgie Mart's still there. It's all fan artists, and they get 45-ish%. I would normally say 50, but I have to hold stuff because now I get taxed on that. So thanks for buying a bunch of shit.
With that being said, the link is in the description.
Yeah, thank you. See?
Yeah.
We got one place to keep it. Come on down to Mudgie Mart. We've got a hat. We actually, that's the one thing we don't have.
They all say Ceebo Let Go.
I really like how everything sounds so upbeat, but if you listen, it's
Sorry about that.
Not really.
It's my mommy. Shout out to my mom. I love my mom. I have the best parents in the world. They believe in my music career, which is crazy. But yeah, you were saying?
I really like how everything sounds so upbeat. There's not like really a depressing moment instrumentally, I feel. You can do a little jig to any of the songs. But if you listen, it kind of portrays the opposite of that. That's always such an interesting thing to tackle, and I think it's hard to get right.
Yeah,
and I just really appreciate that style.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. That's why I do it, I guess. You know, it just kind of came out of me in this way, I think, because that's kind of how I handle real pain. Yeah. Like, I just joke about it, and like I try and take it with a smile. There's only so much you could take of it, though. You know, it's like, so I'll to be brutally honest with people. Like, when people ask me how I'm doing, if I'm feeling like shit, I normally go pretty shitty. Like, not gonna lie, and I just get into it. And most people are like, well, it's a phrase you say when you say what's up. So please fucking stop. But I take that shit seriously. I am a pretty jovial, optimistic, happy-go-lucky, plucky little dude, if I'm being honest. But I've been through some shit. It's like, you know, like maybe not like crazy hard, like on the streets type stuff. I live pretty comfortably in that regard. But you know, like I've seen people pass away that shouldn't have passed away. I've been depressed heavily. I've felt like no one understands me before. You know, I feel like everybody does at some point, but you know, like to the degree where I was not very happy with myself. But I never let it stop me. Like, it's not what happens to a person that defines who they are, it's what they do next. So I think the music sounds happy because, like, you know, it's like I wanted it to feel like a conversation with a good friend after all of this. If that makes sense, after all of this, whatever all of this is, whether that's the pandemic for you, whether that's personal tragedy, whatever. And it's just like, you guys are just like, yeah, that was fucking horrible. Like, but look at us now. That's really what I wanted, because it's like, it was about letting go of those things. You know, you're 98% likely not to be the bottom 1% or the top 1%. There's one point in the album, which is 486, where things are just blown out. I purposefully cranked the ambience on the mic so that you could hear the basement, because I wanted to kind of pull away the illusion a little bit there and just be like, how much more of this toxic crap can I keep in my body before it actually harms me? And that's like the turning point of the record, where I start being very revealing about like how I'm working on myself. You know, like Fall Back is about me just like finally letting go of this like obsession of this person that I haven't talked to in years. So yeah, it's jovial because it's like, ha ha ha, I'm on the other side of it. But man, was it fucked up. I guess the best way to put it is that's why I'm fucking called Hi, I'm Chris. That's kind of what the whole project was. Like, I didn't know who I was. I never knew who I was before I made this music. Now I do, and I'm really happy with who that person is. And yeah, he sucks sometimes, but I write about that in a very lovingly kind of way, because I love how I suck sometimes. Yeah, there were some really powerful moments that like revelations I had down there. It was like very weirdly meditative and reflective, and I feel like I came out of that basement a better person and a better musician because of it, because I was like, this is the one thing I have left. This is the only thing that hasn't failed me, and I just put my heart into it. I don't believe in peaking. Peaking is put on to you by you. Like, no one else's opinion matters in that regard. If you think what you did afterwards is great, then that's great. And if you don't think it's great, then the next one you gotta fight to be even better. So whatever that is you do, people in the camera. Buy those, please. Yeah, we're doing a vinyl campaign right now for Ceebo Let Go. It's probably gonna show up over here, I'm assuming. Cool. Whoa. Yeah, limited run of 200. We need to sell all 200 though for them to get pressed. We're doing it through a great company called Crates, Qrates. Yeah, if you wanna have like a limited piece of physical merch, please go check it out. It would be great. We're already about halfway, but yeah, check it out if you wanna support me somehow. Food would be nice.
Baby, this a Bentley for a urban lady. You're my lucky star when you're on my handlebar. So baby, come ride with me. Give him the pass and slip you a groovy little chick. I can do what he can. Timestamp, pedal spins, grip and ride. Skid on down the line. Always
Bitch. Took so much to not fucking curse a ton of shit. Fuck.
Oh, you could have cussed.
Fuck, what, really?